What's up, fam? It's your girl Sheree Nicole, and in today's video we're gonna be making homemade empanadas. That's right, do it yourself in the kitchen, baby. So let's go ahead and get started. So right there, I'm just using a small amount of beef. I believe that was a 5-pound or 3-pound because it was a really small one. And then we're gonna go ahead and add the sazon and all the nice seasonings. So that seasoning right there, it looks like a lot, but that's actually the garlic and herb, and I got that from Dollar Tree. So it's a very mild seasoning, so the more the better. Then I went in with some sofrito and something that I think is called ricotta. Now mind you, I didn't have time to make my own sofrito from scratch, honey, okay? So we were just going in with the store-bought stuff, all right? And don't ask me why it is that I need to use this glove in order to get this jar of garlic open. But baby, it is just like, oh my goodness, it is so hard to open. But this is how I measure things. I literally just eyeball stuff. So if you're a person that likes to eyeball their seasonings when they're cooking, then this will be good for you. So right here, we're just gonna mix up the seasoning, and then we're gonna take it to the stove and dump it in the skillet, baby. So I did heat it up, but it wasn't heating up fast enough. So I noticed it was on the low setting, so I said, okay, let me turn it up. But while we do that and that's cooking in and stuff like that, we're gonna go ahead and start making our empanadas. So the ones I got are already pre-done, which are discs, and those are from Goya. So that's their new packaging. I kind of like it. And right here, I'm putting some flour on there just in case, so you guys know exactly what it is that I'm using. And that's just so it doesn't quite stick to the rolling pin, which of course it's still going to stick to the rolling pin. And you guys are gonna see that right here. I guess I didn't put enough, but this is if you want to roll out your empanadas. So for me, I did it two different ways, one where I roll it out and the other one where I don't. And I will definitely show you a comparison between empanadas at the end. But now let's get back to the cooking, honey. So as you can see, the meat that I was using right there is so good because it's nice and fine. It's not like that chuck ground where it's super thick, and you know what I'm talking about, how the meat doesn't chop up as fine as that did. So that meat is very, very good, and I believe that I got that from Aldi's, and I absolutely love it. So that is either the 3-pound or the 5-pound. I should have showed you guys the pack of ground beef that I used, but these empanadas that I'm making come out so juicy and just so crisp. You're gonna see, man. When I tell you I did my thing with this, I thought your girl lost the touch, okay? Because I haven't made empanadas since I pretty much lived in Philly, and this is like a staple from where I'm from because I'm originally from New York. And so you have the vendors on the street with the empanadas and all these other things that they're making, and I'm just here for it. So it's like, this is part of my culture. So me not having it out here in Texas, I was like, no, honey, I've definitely got to make me some empanadas, and I've been craving them for like ever. So this is how I make mine. If you use different materials or different seasonings to make your empanadas, please feel free to drop it in the comments and let your girl know what you do or what I can do better to make mine even better. Now, we're gonna go ahead and stuff this, and this is how I do it. I just take the spoon, put it in there, I try to smush it down and together, and you guys will see that. And then you'll also see how I like to close my empanadas. So this is a trick that I see my neighbor do, and they used to make the best empanadas in the world. So my neighbors were Puerto Rican and Cuban. So I learned a lot of things from them as well. And like I said, growing up in New York, especially in the Bronx, like this is something that is a staple piece out there. Like if you know, you know. So this is how it comes out looking, and it just is so good. So let's go ahead and fill up the rest, and I'll chime in when I need to. Y'all, Mr. Brady sat there so patiently. He was thinking he was gonna get some, and I'm like, no, this is my treat, okay? You have your own, honey. So yes, right here we're just sealing them up. So I like to pre-make my empanadas while the oil is getting hot, or while I already have some in the making. So here we go. We've got our stove on. We're heating up that oil, and I'm pretty much down to the last, I want to say 2 empanadas that need to be made. So that's why I went and turned the oil on. I put it on high, and if you have an electric stove like I do, then this is going to be perfect for you, because you can go right off of what I'm doing. And I'm literally just dropping them in there, honey. Okay, and you're going to see them turn nice and golden. So I did want to leave this, you know, without being chopped up, but that video would have been really long. But honestly, it didn't take long to sit these empanadas in there for them to turn golden brown, like legit. So everything moves so fast when you're cooking with grease. So I was like, oh shoot, I said, let me turn them over now. Because I'm over there fixing napkins, I was humming, and I said, oh wow, it's time to turn them over. And it's super duper quick. Like, what you think is a long time is a very, very quick. So right here you can see it has a nice golden brown texture, and that's exactly what we're going for. And I don't use a lot of oil. Now, when you buy from the vendors in the street in New York or in the Bronx or wherever it is that you get your empanadas from, they deep fry it. So they will take their basket and dump it in that grease and pull it right out, honey. Okay, but being that we are at home and we don't have that deep fryer, and I rarely cook with oil, like your girl has been on an air fryer kick, and that's what I've been using to stay healthy and clean. But baby, when it comes to making empanadas, okay, we got to do it the old-fashioned way, honey. We've got to put it in the grease and let it sizzle. Yes. We have got to make it do what it do, honey, and they just come out so good and so juicy. So that's exactly why I laid down the paper towel, because you'll notice that I did fold it over there, and that's so it can catch the grease. So this time I ended up turning them over a little bit sooner than expected, because I didn't want them to be as brown as the other ones. So I said, let me turn them a little bit sooner, because baby, when that grease is hot, it's hot. Once you start cooking, ain't no stopping. So yeah, that's what we're doing right here. We're turning them over a little bit earlier. Now the other side did get a little crispy, but that's not bad. You want to make sure your dough is really, really good. And sometimes if you run out of grease, because the flour discs, they do soak up a lot of the grease, you might want to add a little bit more, but I was like, no honey, we're good. So I did make 3 batches of this in one sitting, and that is how they turned out, honey, and they are delish. Just wait for the taste test, honey. Okay, and if you think these beef empanadas are good, wait till we do shrimp. Nice and crispy. So I did do 2 types. I did one where you roll them out and one where you don't roll them out. Of course, the one where you don't roll them out is going to be quicker. But the one that you roll out is just so nice and thin and crispy. Like, look at that. I'll show y'all one that didn't roll out. I still got it. All right, so it's still thin. But as you can see, like, it's a little bit thicker right there as opposed to the other one. Same difference, honestly. It just depends on what type of crust you want. So the thicker crust or the thinner crust. So you can roll it out. You don't have to roll it out. You do whatever you want to do. But that is a quick, easy snack to make. Literally, I'm not sure if I'm going to show y'all in real time, but it was really quick. Heat up your oil, take your time. While you're heating up the oil, make the rest of the patties. It's just so good. The other thing I like about making empanadas is that you don't have to follow any rules. You know what I'm saying? You can put whatever you want in there. Honey, it's a beef patty. Call it a beef patty, okay? If you want to put peas, carrots, whatever it is that you want to put in there, you can. And sometimes I put peas, but I didn't put none today. Like, your girl was hungry, okay? And I was like, no, we need to make this video now. But y'all, it's so, so good. So, so flavorful. That is how I do it. Like I said, I always eyeball things and just, you know, do a little dash like that. So if y'all want to use that in order to make your empanadas, when I tell you it tastes good and it's juicy, you don't got to worry about nothing. I didn't pour the grease off. I cooked it till the grease cooked down. And yeah, I mean, if there's any other questions that you guys have on making these, feel free to ask. Yes, honey, bringing you a slice of New York heaven, okay? Because you know, in New York, they got the street vendors, and they're on the street, and they're selling the empanadas, and they're so freaking good. Like, this is how I was born and raised. So you know your girl had to learn how to cook all this stuff, because if you move somewhere else, honey, you're gonna need to know how to do these things. I also like my Jamaican food, so don't get it twisted. Yes, I cook Jamaican too. But I've been craving these empanadas for so long, and I cannot wait to make the shrimp empanadas. Oh my gosh, you think this is juicy? You ain't tried nothing yet until you do them shrimp, because them shrimp is phenomenal. I know I haven't been closing out videos. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna close this out, but I'm gonna eat this food, and then I'm gonna watch a little TV, and we'll see. But if I do say bye, bye. Brady, get out of here. You think you slick? I fed you already. Stop trying to eat my food. I gotta savor this, okay, Brady?